What's going on, everyone? Here's my 2014 end of the year wrap up. So, been meaning to get this out for a while and just now getting to it. So, here we go. We'll jump right in. And start off with buckles and suspender clips. Here's some couple of my best buckles, shoe buckles, complete. This is a real nice one right here. It's one of my favorite. Then here's a huge silver plated shoe buckle, and it fell apart, but it's all there, everything to it, tongue in the shape and everything. And over here is my Civil War, well, supposedly the Confederates used these as blanket rolls, and the home site I found this at supposedly was a returning Civil War Union soldier, so I don't know if he brought it back with him or what, but originally they were horse tack, and the Confederate soldiers ended up kind of using them for their blanket roll. So, and then we got some suspender buckles, nice old suspender clips. I love that one with the elephant. It's a nice solid brass one. It's got a patent date 1874. Here's a couple different ones. A little older one. There's a nice, I don't know what they're called. I think they're like a whale tail or something. Knee buckle, I think it is. It's all whole. It's a nice little buckle. Here's a real little buckle. Missing the insides. I don't know what that went to, but a couple D buckles, and here's a couple of my favorite pocket knives I found this year. And this one's got like tortoise shell or something. So there's the buckles. Now we'll move up to, here's heel plates. Then we got some ox knobs, and that's a cool old Rains guide. And then here we have the Crotal bells. And you got real big Crotal bells, right down to the little teeny guys. Some real nice ones here. I love my big one right here. This one's awesome. Real nice bell. About the size of a little smaller than a baseball. It still rings. Get it to ring here. There's that one. And this one here is a real cool one. Real crude made big one, but the ringer's missing. Broke right there, but almost whole. Oh, there it goes. Well, I'll get it after. And then we got some of these style bells. Some thimbles. There's my first and only Three Merry Widows tin. Now there's a Tootsie toy. And my whole cap gun, that was a first this year. Some type of finial piece. There's a Jew's heart and the weird chain thing I found. I think that's some type of old money clip or something, I'm not sure. That's a nice old compact. And we got a 1870s fishing reel. Now we'll move on to some jewelry. Here's just some old copper, brass rings, old bracelet. Here's some silver and gold. That was my first gold ring I found this year. It's just 10 karat. This one here is beautiful little ring. Found it at an old cellar hole. Real little, but it's just gold plated. It's a nice ring. And then nice silver St. Christopher chain and medallion. It's been enameled. Some silver rings, and here's my a first this year too. This is my silver thimble, first one. That's a beauty. Oh, come on, focus. It's got the hallmark. Dang it. The hallmarks right here in the center under the shield. You can see the flowers and then the hallmarks in that flower. Real nice thimble. And then here's a silver cufflink type plate. It says sterling on the front. And this is a nice piece here. This is a solid silver pocket watch, and it's got some numbers and stamps down in there. I don't know if it'll focus. There we go. And I looked it up, and it was a 1850s key wind pocket watch, and it was 90% silver. Weighs about 2 ounces. Now we'll move over here. Here's some pins and some religious pins, some religious pendants. Now we got, that's a gold-filled pen. Oh, I missed my spoon. This is a beautiful sterling silver spoon right here. It's got the Indian. It's a little, what it is I can't find anything online. I can't even find one of them. But on the back here it says Niagara. And then here's the hallmarks. Patent July 14th, 91. You know it's 1891. And I found this. It was I was digging a bottle dump. Here's a cool spoon. Another souvenir spoon. I did find this one metal detecting here. And this one's Captain Sigsbee, Battleship Maine, 1898, telling how it sank and where it sank. Havana Harbor. That's an awesome find. Now we'll move over here. Here's some keys, watch winders and watch keys. That's just a pewter spoon piece. Some cufflinks. This is some type of token. Here's an enameled Jacob Rupert Ale seal. That's a real cool piece. Old metal, track and field, probably from the 40s. This is an old Singer sewing machine piece. That come from a real old cellar hole. And we'll move up. Here are some of the nicer rosettes that I found. This one's got a real cool picture on it. You can see the horse and the buggy. And it looks like it's a pocket watch back, but it's not. It was some type of rosette can see the lead and where the two little attachments were. Now we'll move up to military stuff. Pen. We got a first and only powder flask I found. And there's a sword scabbard piece. And that's what the tip that the sword would slide and lock into. And I found that at the site I found my eagle eye buttons right here. So I'm pretty sure they came from the Civil War. That sword piece did. Here's a Grand Army of the Republic button. Real nice Maine staff officers button. Real nice button there. Maine state seal. Then we got General Service, Eagle Eye cuff, and there's my War of 1812 button. Real nice piece, but it's in rough shape. It was in decent shape when I found it, but I didn't take care of it right when I brought it home, and all the stuff dried and fell off the gilt and had some gilt on it, and that's one of the bummers right there. Here's one of my probably most historic piece I found. It's a Abraham Lincoln 1860 and Hannibal Hamlin campaign medal. It's a really nice piece there. Too bad the pictures rotted out, but they were tin type, so. And here are flat buttons, tomback buttons, and another rotted eagle staff officer button. And there's an eagle button back. It's broke, but some real cool old buttons here. That's a real cool one there. It's bamboo, kind of 3D-ish. There's a nice one. Some ball buttons. Nice flower patterns. The gold gilded buttons. Big dandy buttons. Bunch of buttons. Now we'll move over here. These are musket balls and 3 ringers and bale seals, lead stuff. Hem weight, little lead soldier. It's broke, but cool find. Some type of lead weight. Brass shotgun casing and a Henry casing. Alright, now we'll go to, I think that's all the relics. Do another shot of them all. It's a pretty good year. Now we'll move on to coins. And just wanted to show a comparison. Last summer was my first year metal detecting. It's when I first got into it. And these are all Indian heads. This was last year's coins. My first year detecting. And you can see the line right here separates last year and this year. I just wanted to lay it out and show you a few coins. Right here is the first silver coin I ever found metal detecting. Talk about finding a nice coin for your first silver. This thing is in amazing condition. Get a good shot of it here, get some good light. There we go. 1855. exceeded $50. You can see the condition this thing's in. Close to AU. I mean, it is very, very nice condition. Pretty cool for first coin find. First silver coin. And it was at a cellar hole. Haven't topped that one yet. And the funny thing is, where the cellar hole I found this at, the same day I found my first large cent ever. And right here, it was about 10 feet from it. And you check the date out, 1855. Both of them 1855s, and they were about 10 feet apart. Probably dropped the same year, first year they were minted probably. And then last year I found it's a nice, my first SLQ, 1920. And here's some couple seated dimes, 1889 and a 1876. Two barbers, 1910 and an 04. This 04 is like AU, just unreal detail. And got some Washington quarters, a couple of them last year. Canadian 50% quarter. Some war nickels, some marks, more marks, 3 silver rosies. And there's a shield nickel, old Canadian silver dime. Here's my 1835 cat bust half dime. Pretty beat. Found it in a pile of bricks. Old fireplace bricks, so 1835. Hopefully I can get a nice one of these sometime, you know. It's old, it's a beater, but I'll take it. Still a nice coin. Last year I got the one and only Flying Eagle that I found, 1857. And there's my nicest 2-cent piece that I found, was last year. And I found one this year. Found 2 last year and 1 this year, and they're all 1864. But that was the most common one. Here's a nice Army and Navy Civil War token. First year Indian head. Canadian large cent. Old 1850s token. And I got some, here's a nice 1817 largie. Large cent. Old King George copper. Another LC. That's a pretty slick drape bust, no date. Probably one of the nicest large cents I found was last year. Real nice detail. 1822. Matron head. Another large cent. So last year, for my first year, wasn't bad. Found some nice coins. Some nice relics. Oh, hold on a minute. Phone. Sorry about that, guys. Phone rang. Seems like every time you try to do something, the phone rings. But, alright. Where was I? Anyway, here's last year's coins. weren't a bad year. Ended up with 26 silvers last year, about 20 something Indian heads, and some nice coppers. Nice old Chinese cash coin. But alright, well, we'll go to this year now. This year I ended up with 106 silver coins compared to last year's 26. But I found my little honey hole, and that's why I ended up getting 85 silver coins out of a little 2-acre field. Probably 2.5, maybe 3 acres it is, but it definitely helped the silver count. So start off, ended up with 4 walking liberties. Got my first Franklin half. That was in my spill, my best silver spill, 4 silvers with a half. Ended up with 3 walkers, SLQs. Only dated ones, 1927. The other 2 are slick. And this one here has got a mint mark, but I don't know, dates worn, you can just barely see the mint mark. I don't even know if it's an S or D, I forgot. But then we got some Washington quarters. That one was obviously in a fire. So there's Washingtons. Another Washington. There's a 1929 King George V quarter and a King George VI quarter. Then I got 2 Lonely Barber dimes again, an 09 and a 10. Same as last year, 2 Barber dimes, no Barber quarters. And we got a bunch of Mercury dimes. The next 1, 2, 3, 4 rows, or 3.5 rows, all Mercury dimes. You can see them all, about 45 or so. Then we moved to the rosies, and I got a half a row, and then 1, 2, 2 rows and 1, so I think there was about 35 or so Roosevelt dimes. And then we got a Canadian dime, another old Canadian dime, 1800s, and 2 war nickels. And then here's a first. This is a real beautiful 1858 Victoria. A real nice detail. Half dime, or fish scale, whatever you want to call it. 1858. That's the first year this coin was minted. Then we go to my first seeded half dime. I found my one and only seeded this year. 1837 seeded dime, seeded half dime. Funny thing is, this is the first year of issue on this half dime. And then another first. My silver trime, 3-cent piece, 1851, which again, the first year it was minted. So the 3 oldest silvers I found this year are all little silvers, and all 3 of them first year issues. Pretty weird. Now we'll move on to some coppers. Here's a 1852 Bank of Quebec 1 penny token. Big old penny. Got the big guy standing, big old hole in it. Then we got a 1844 Canadian Bank of Montreal token. A bouquet token, Unsu. Real nice condition. But I think they only made them 1 year, 1 or 2, I think 1, 1830 something, I can't remember the date. And then we got a Canadian LC, Queen Victoria, and it's 18 something, I can't tell the last couple numbers. And here's probably one of my favorite Canadian, probably one of my favorite coins of the year right here. This thing is beautiful. I thought I had a GW button when I first see it in the hole, but it's a half-penny token from Canada. You can see the date right there, 1815. And it's got the seated, almost like the Britannia on the back. What a cool coin though. Beautiful eagle on it. Canadian half-penny token. That's probably one of my favorites of the year. And then another first for me, which is probably my favorite coin of the year, is this one right here. Look at the detail on this lady. Get some decent light. I hate these sleeves. I wish I wouldn't put them in them, but and this isn't even cleaned. This weren't cleaned with anything. It was just brushed a little bit, let it dry. You can still see the flaky stuff on it, but I didn't want to damage it. It's a 1828 classic bust, ½ cent. And you can see the full Liberty. Look at the hair. Beautiful coin. Beautiful detail. Full detail on everything. United States of America, ½ cent. One and only ½ cent I've ever found. And definitely one of my, probably my favorite coin of the year. Real nice coin. Now we'll go to large cents. Here's a 18, and date's pretty rough to see. It's either a 16 or an 18, one of the two. Here's an 1833 large cent, an 1825 large cent, an 1818 large cent, pretty wiped out drape bust, but you can definitely, you hold it just right down at the bottom, you can make out the 1800. It's 1800 something. Here's a King George II copper. You can see the two up there looking left. That's an old one, but of course any of these coppers I found, unreal. Hold on guys. Alright, we're back again after another annoying phone call. Alright, almost done, bear with me. There's another King George, beat one. Here's another one of my favorites of the year. This is a 1837 token, hard times token. And it says importers of crockery and glassware, dealers in coal. And then on the back it says E.F. Seiss & Co. Commission, oh, what was it? Commission and forwarding merchants. Portsmouth, New Hampshire. So that's a real nice token there. 1837 Hard Times token. Merchant token. Real cool piece. And then we got a 2-cent piece. And then we got, oh, drop some. These are some of the better Indian heads. Nicer shaped ones. 1861 right there. Where is it? Right there, 1861, some 1900s, 1903, 06. There's some Indian heads. There's an 04. There's a no-date buffalo. And then we move in, we got a 1926 dated buffalo. 1913 dated buffalo. And a 1916 dated buffalo. The light in here is crappy, but I come over to the window, you can probably see the dates on them. Yeah, there you go. 1916. They're really in nice shape. Get the right light so you can see them. Nice looking buffaloes. So I got 4 buffs this year. Then we move to the V-nickels. Got a 1897 V-nickel, 1887 V-nickel, and 1893 V-nickel. And then my last nickel and the last coin of the wrap-up is a real nice shape shield nickel. I got 1 shield last year and 1 shield this year. And this one's an 1883 shield nickel. So there you go, guys. Sorry the video's long, but those are my relic finds, my keeper relic finds this year. And last year's coins, this year's coins. So thank you guys for watching my vids and subscribing. This year was the first year I started filming, and I started late, like end of the year, almost right at fall. So a lot of nice digs and finds I've never got on camera from this year, but next year it's all going on film. So I got some killer trips planned to some real nice places and a lot more old cellar holes to dig this year. And oh yeah, one last find. This is a cool piece. It's a really nice, I got to do some electrolysis on it. Now, this is an old iron stand. Still got the legs on it. Real cool piece. Went on the stove, and I mean, it went like on a table or something. Then when you got your hot iron, the old style irons, you was done ironing, you set it on this, wouldn't burn your table or whatever you put it on. So there we go, guys. Thanks for watching, subscribing. Hope everyone had a safe and happy new year, and good luck in 2015. Thank you, and take it easy. See you later.